Boom! I knew instantly that a bird had hit the window. We had feeders all around the house, and I could feel this was a big bird. I ran to the closed-in porch and looked to the snow below. That large. I ran to the closed-in porch and looked to the snow below. A large, red-headed woodpecker lay face down, spread eagle, if you will. I could see it breathing. I waited. He needed time and space. And then, from nowhere, there was a screech, and a second male had missiled and attacked. There was a skirmish as the two tussled on the cold ground. I banged on the window, and the aggressor left. The injured, now sitting upright, was frazzled, if not by the initial injury, now by the attack. Two more times the aggressive bird came, swooping down from the heights of the old silver maple. Two more times I banged on the window to save my bird. Two more times my bird resisted the pecking of the other, his soft, downy feathers scattered on the ice. I turned to my computer as if it would save my bird and tapped onto the keyboard, "Why do woodpeckers attack other woodpeckers?" The Google results didn't address my question. Then I looked for the business card of the local wildlife hospital. I thought about shooting the other bird to protect mine, which didn't make much sense. And finally, I ran to the garage and grabbed the lawnmower bag. I would put this near the bird so that he might have a place to hide. I strode up the walk to where he sat, waiting to mend. His eyes closed, and he heard the sound of my foot soaking. Finally, I ran to the garage and grabbed the lawnmower bag. My idea was to put this near the bird so that he might have a place to hide. I strode up the walk to where he now sat, waiting to mend. His eyes closed. He heard the sound of my footsteps and opened his eyes and watched me. I was now the aggressor, the cause of his fear. I stepped back, returned to the I stepped back, returned the lawnmower bag to the garage, and went back to the house, to my perch on the porch, where I could train my... I stepped back, returned the lawnmower bag to the garage, and went back into the house to my perch on the porch, where I could crane my neck upward to see one of the birds and downward to see the other. I waited. Sure enough, the treetop sitter attacked again. More screeching, more pecking, more feathers. I did my part with the banging. The attacker retreated. The hurt bird looked in my direction, he too concerned by the source of the banging. This time, though, he ruffled his feathers, moved his head from side to side, and flew off. What did I just see? Was I watching one bird attack another, or did that second woodpecker save the life of his brother? And if so, was this a metaphor for something else? Perhaps Westerners trying to help overseas? Did the birds represent two Haitians, effectively taking care of one another, and I, the foreigner, not understanding their needs or appropriate solutions, simply banging on the glass from inside my comfortable cabin, achieving nothing, only noise? I'll let you be the judge. I'll let you be the judge.